Right now, people across the country are waiting to see when marijuana is going to be reclassified from a Schedule 1 drug to a Schedule 3. Last month, President Donald Trump signed an executive order to fast-track the process, but the order itself doesn't reclassify the drug. It asks AG Pam Bondi to take actions to make it happen as quick as possible. Trump and supporters of the move say that it's going to pave the way for the FDA to study marijuana's medical uses and ultimately help people who are dealing with things like chronic pain. But some medical professionals aren't so sure the reclassification is all positive. Steve Carlton, a certified addiction specialist with Porchlight Health and their chief clinical officer, is joining me now. Steve, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
All right, I appreciate it. I'm learning a lot from this. So first off, reclassifying a drug is different from legalizing it, and marijuana is already legal in our state. Can you talk about the difference between those two things and that reclassification?
Absolutely. So reclassification, it's needed to happen for decades now, right? And I think at home, what people watching should understand is because they're reclassifying it as a Schedule 3, and hopefully we get there, that legal doesn't mean safe. And so there's some things that people should still understand about marijuana.
Yeah, okay, so how does marijuana affect the brain and what kind of things can it cause?
So we know that there are some medical benefits to marijuana, and making it Schedule 3 will allow research to be done more easily to understand and explore some of those opportunities. The downside of marijuana is over time, if people are using regularly, it does worsen things like anxiety, the reason they took it for. It does worsen things like depression and sleep. It degrades your sleep over time, especially when people are using higher and higher doses.
Now, you mentioned a couple of those, but what negative impacts could really come out of all of this?
So the biggest concern, right, is that when we look at illicit substance use in teens right now, teens are using less hard drugs like cocaine and opioids, but they are using more drugs like nicotine and cannabis. And with adolescents, the risk of psychosis is going up 200 to 400%, right? It's still a small risk,
Sure.
but for kids using regularly, that is a big concern.
Okay. Obviously, marijuana is not legal everywhere, but we have seen a lot more legalization in different states over the past several years. Is the marijuana that we have now different than what we saw, say, 10 years ago?
It is significantly different, right? Now we're talking about marijuana that's 25 to 30% THC, right? When in the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s, we were talking about 3 to 5%. So you're talking a significant increase in the potency. There's just only so much that people can use without really having a significant impact.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, right now is Substance Abuse Awareness Month, but substance abuse is a problem every month of the year, of course, as we know. If someone needs help, where do you recommend that maybe they go?
SAMHSA has a great website. I think Psychology Today is a good resource. We have information about addiction on our website, porchlighthealth.com. I think all of those are good options.
All right, and also what about findtreatment.gov? Is that
Findtreatment.gov is another great option if you're looking for different treatment facilities.
All right, Stephen, how can people contact you if they are interested in learning more about Porchlight?
Porchlighthealth.com is a great way, and our phone number, 866-MATSTAT.
All right, well, we appreciate you having this conversation with us this
Yeah,
morning.
honored to be with you on your last day, Jordan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for focusing on mental health.
Yeah, of course, appreciate it, Steve.